I'm Nea and welcome back to another of my Pico card. In this Pico card, I was inspired to talk about what you're meant to do in this lifetime, who you're meant to be. Now, obviously, this is a general reading. For private reading, the link is down below in my info box, and that will lead you directly to my Etsy shop. But obviously, keep in mind that even when it comes down to predictions, astrology, tarot reading, and I made hundreds probably, of videos about this subject, you are not doomed to anything, and your destiny is always in your hand. And the soul might have a plan and a map, but you can take one road or the other and you're always free to do it. But accordingly to your higher self and to your greatest good, what you're meant to do in this lifetime and who you're meant to be is what we're going to talk about in this Pico card. Obviously, I want you guys to focus and concentrate and choose between deck number 1, deck number 2, deck number 3, and deck number 4. Pause the video if you need, and hopefully the timestamps are going to be down below in the comment box. Thank you so much for you guys for doing that work for me. I highly appreciate that. Or you just skip and find your pile. All right, let's get started. For those of you guys who choose pile number 1, who you're meant to be in this lifetime and what you're meant to do in this lifetime, especially. It could be as a career, as a job, as a soul mission. Let's see what the cards want us to know. Okay, before I actually start with the card, I want to pull a message from my Angel Oracle book that you can find on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. This is an oracle book. You can open the page and find your message. And also I have a new book called Ray, A Message for You, which is a channeling experience. So let's see what is your message group number 1. I am seeing it's almost like you are in a crossroad and you need to make a decision right now. The earthly nature has something to tell you. Go out and listen. Don't be afraid to connect to your mother's womb. This tells me that your feminine energy is healing right now. Mother healing could occurring at this time, but especially this are multiple things that you are meant to do in this lifetime. You are meant to forgive your mother and forgive the feminine energy. Allow your feminine energy to rise to other and more greater extent, where you allow the universe to deliver things to you. You allow yourself to receive rather than always be the masculine energy that goes after things and chase them. Regardless of the gender, this is an energy that I am talking about. And this could also be that in this lifetime, you're definitely meant to have a family and you're meant to be a mother for some of you. Let's see another channel message before I actually start with the Pico card reading. So who you're meant to be in this lifetime for my group number 1. All right. Yeah, it seems like it is time to make a decision to move somewhere else, and I feel it is an angel that is pushing you towards this decision. You are divinely protected by a very strong angel, or an entity that doesn't even have a name. I'm not talking necessarily about the 12th archangel. I'm talking about a very potent angel that is supervising your life, and this potent angel, which is in the form of the feminine energy, is pushing you towards a direction, and you might be in a bit of resistance, group number 1. So if you're feeling that manifestations are not coming through, or you're feeling that you're going against the flow, this is a Pico card that allows you to think about where you're going and possibly take also a different direction, a different decision, or rather decide to go with the flow rather than in resistance against the flow, because this is definitely what Mother is saying to you, the Divine Mother, as you can see from this card over here. So this is very interesting. Now let's see what the tarot cards, the oracle cards has to do and wants to say to you, group number 1. We have the World card, so definitely I am seeing a travel. I am seeing you being at the center stage, having right now a new cycle in your life, and in a much more general sense, group number 1, this is a prediction of you becoming a star. You are meant to be at the center of this world. It could be public speaking, it could be acting, it could be creative, it could be psychically, spiritually, whatever endeavors that you're doing, this is where the angel is leading leading you to. It's leading you to take a better decision for your life, being center stage. Now, for those of you guys who choose this pile, it might be that you don't like to be center stage, and this is your greatest task, but you have incarnated in this planet to prove to the world something very important, or also teach to the world something very important. But definitely you're here, you're meant to be center stage. Oddly enough, we have Archangel Michael card popping up, so it could have been also Archangel Michael, but I definitely did see a very potent angel next to you. This angel is telling you to, not only the fact that you're working with this, with Archangel Michael or with this potent angel, this angel is protecting you and guiding you through the situation. And this angel is also asking you, group number 1, to release and cut things that don't serve anymore into your life. Which I know it is a common cliche for tarot reader to say, but you actually know what I'm talking about, group number 1, because you know, and I could channel immediately with those cards that you're going against the flow. So there's something that you're doing that it's not allowing you to be center stage how you should be in order for others to hear your message, because your message is very significant, especially if you're working very closely with Archangel Michael or a potent angel. We're talking about higher consciousness. So the release could be past hurts, past wounds. It could be also you not wanting to be center stage, or you not being in the right job or career for you. But so what is it that you're truly meant to do or meant to be in this lifetime? I definitely feel that you are meant to be an artist or doing anything that has to do with creativity, because your soul longs for creative expression. So if you're doing something in your life, keep in mind this is a general reading, but I'm just saying, if you're doing something in your life that has nothing to do with art, with creative expression, you definitely are going against the flow. It's not wrong. You can do whatever you want in your life. Remember what I said in the intro of this video, but it is very important and it's much more fun to be in alignment with your higher self. So you can truly appreciate the energy of your higher self and fulfill the destiny that your soul had in mind for this particular lifetime. So this is just it's just for saying, I really believe that you're meant to be center stage doing something artistically. Art, I feel very, very strongly art, and or either if it's not art, acting or any creative expression, if it has to do with something spiritual, you're gonna do it in a way that it's very creative, very artistic, and you're gonna do it as a performance. Your job doesn't have to feel as work, because if your job feels as work, you're not on the right path. It reminds me of people that have Jupiter in the 5th house, for example, which is all about that. It's all about young generation, children, creating something that is appealing for children. Think about J.K. Rowling, for instance, if it has to do with writing and creative expression. I'm just channeling ideas, and it has to do with having fun with your work. Actors are seen by the 5th house in my perspective. I'm not an astrologer, but I'm just giving you what I'm hearing from spirit. And we also have another very, very potent archangel, which is Metzakel, higher learning. You have learned from experience, Metzakel is saying. More inner study is now required to further progress. So it seems like if you feel that you're going against the flow, Metzakel wants you to know that nothing goes wasted. It wasn't a failure or anything like that. It's just that you have learned from all of the things that you have done, but now it is the time to make a strong decision towards creative expression. You have, with Metzakel especially, that is the archangel of sacred geometry, study, research. You have incredible wisdom within you. You probably are either a star seed or an old soul. So your knowledge and the way you express it creatively is helpful for the world. So this is who you're meant to be. You're meant to be either an artist that shares a new world and a new knowledge, or it could be even a teacher, a channeler for Archangel Michael, but you're meant to be center stage, and whatever that you're doing, you're going to do it in a way that almost looks like a performance. And I'm going to see that if you are afraid, this is my Cosmic Love Oracle deck, if you are afraid that you're going to be outcasted by other people, not understood, it's not true. We live in a completely different time. You're breaking free from the matrix with this card, because this card card reminds me a lot of the Matrix. You're breaking into the code, and by doing that, by choosing your highest path, you are also meeting people that come from your soul tribe. You are meant to make other people following you into a greater reality. That is what I am channeling for you guys, which is a lot. All right, this is what I can see for you. If you want a private reading, you can go on my Etsy shop, and I hope the reading resonated with you guys. Bye. Okay, let's move on. For those of you guys who choose pile number 2, who you're meant to be in this lifetime, what you're meant to do. I'm going to channel a message from my Angel Oracle book that you can find on Amazon and Amazon Kindle as my other book. So let's see, what is your first message, who you're meant to be in this lifetime. Wow, that's a long one. I know you cannot see it because the light is really bright. This is a really long message. So sit down if you need. It doesn't need to open any gate or portal to talk to angels. It doesn't need any certificate or supernatural gift. We are here and we can hear you. We know how to give you signs and messages. The only thing you have to do is talk to us from your heart and listen with your heart. It could be a song, a bird singing, a butterfly crossing your sight, or a number on your screen. Just pay attention and listen to your heart. We are here guiding you. So this is an invitation from the angels to listen. I feel that for group number 2, you might be on the right path, or you might have received signs, synchronicities, songs from your angels. So where is the right path and what you're meant to do in this lifetime? So are you tuning up and are you listening? The people that have chosen group number 2, I feel, have a tendency to feel overly insecure, and therefore they always try to check up with other people whether or not they are in the right path, whether or not actually their intuition is aligned with the truth of your higher self. And they are insecure also. They're always asking confirmation from the cards, from astrologer, tarot reader. No judgment whatsoever, but the message that I'm prominently seeing for you guys is that you know the truth. You can follow your intuition. You don't need to have a third eye wide open necessarily. You don't need to do anything. You just need to be attuned with your subtle self in that stillness, like Ray expresses in my book, A Message for You, where it teaches you how to communicate with your angels and spirit guide, or even I do it in my e-course, You Are the Oracle. You can absolutely tune and ask the angels to come through and give you messages. You don't have to be necessarily up psychic to have that. But when the messages comes, you don't have to doubt them, but you have to be open enough to receive them. So that is very important, and this is, I feel, for group number 2 is the key to understand what you're meant to do in this lifetime, because you have given the angels have given you signs about what is exactly the path of your higher self. What is the destiny that your soul had in mind for you? Let's see another channel message, and then we're going to look at the cards, group number 2. What group number 2 is meant to do in this lifetime? Group number 2. I hope you appreciate Merlin, my new friend over here, that says, quoting Disney movies, knowledge and wisdom are the real power. You don't need any other supernatural power. Knowledge and wisdom are the real power. And we have Mother Mary. I see Mother Mary for you, very close to you. The Divine Mother, which is uncanny because she came out also for group number 1, is close to you right now, letting you know that a miracle is about to come true in your life. This is exactly what I heard just right now. A miracle, group number 2, is about to come through in your life. What you have thought was gone could rise up again. What you think is impossible will be made possible. And also, Mother Mary is very related to children and young generation. So maybe helping children, it is part of who you're going to be and part of your purpose. But definitely expect a miracle. It is coming. All right, it's just very nice. Let's see what the other cards are saying. Who you're meant to be, group number 2. We have the Queen of Swords. So he seems to me Aries, why I said Aries? I don't know. Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini are symbolized by this card. You are pondering and reflecting. The person that you're meant to be is something that is truly associated with the realm of the mind and the realm of logic. You have cut off a lot of BS from your life, and now you're standing strong like a spiritual warrior with your sword, waiting for what is next. And that is why the miracle is coming. You could have gray hair, like silver hair, or long luscious hair, just saying, and it's almost like you feel thirsty about something. You are a spiritual warrior. You're a person that doesn't like injustices, and you feel thirsty of recognition and motivation, and be like, when is it going to be my time? Because I feel I have done everything I could to do what I'm meant to do, but people are not listening, or this is not happening for some reason. When is this gonna come? It's gonna come in 2020. Yes, you're thirsty, but Spirit is listening. There is a great opportunity coming in the form of a miracle for you. Group number 2. Who you're meant to be in this lifetime? You're meant to be a channeler. You're meant to be a medium for spirit. Now, I have a video that is called What is Channeling? You can look it up if you don't know what channeling is, or if you're just interested about it. Now, mediumship means a lot of things. It doesn't have to be that you completely close your eyes and channel some starseed or some angel. It could, but it could be that you're gonna do it in different way. Even channeling a book, or it could be a channeling experience, or even teaching could be a more integrated channeling experience where you don't need to completely go to trance, but you definitely have the power of channeling, and this is who you're meant to be in this lifetime, in a way or another, no matter how it's going to be presented for you, or better, how you're going to feel more comfortable with. It could very much be that you're meant to be an author and do automatic writing, that the channeling has to do with your writing ability. And in fact, I love this card because in this card there is this girl and an angel next to her, behind her, actually writing for her, next to the mediumship card, which tells me that you are definitely meant to write a book or write something that is very, very important for young generation, being the Virgin Mary, the first card that I saw for you. And this is gonna lead to infinite abundance. You are meant to be safe and reassured when it comes down to money. The infinite abundance card means a miracle coming through, means that your dreams and desires are going to come true, but you're going to be also financially very well off. Not because that matters in and of itself, but because if you are financially well off, you can dedicate your time and space, also have a nice home where you can feel inspired to write. So everything happens for a reason. There is a reason why certain books sells millions of copies sometimes. It is because they are meant to be spread to a larger scale. And the money that comes back are meant for the person that is channeling that material. It's not always, but I'm just saying sometimes. It is meant to, for her or for he, is to have that financial security so they don't have to think about the money and they can think about their creative work. That's I know it is odd, but I feel that this is the message that I'm hearing for you. I'm also seeing Freya. So you are undergoing right now a new phase of your life. The eclipse, the lunar eclipse in Cancer, have given you the breakthrough that you needed in terms of idea and motivation to understand what you want to write about, or what do you want to channel, or what you want to do in general. And now a new gateway, I'm sorry, my English. A new door is open energetically for you to enter. And guess what? There is also Master Jesus being next to you. So you are really high vibrational in this lifetime. You are connected with Mother Mary. You are connected with Master Jesus, which for me are the ultimate twin flames in a way. I even made a video about it, which is very controversial. So I highly suggest you to watch it, even if you don't agree with me. It's fun, you know, to be a little bit controversial. No, I'm kidding. Even Edgar Cayce used to think that, and that's where I quote him in that video. But Christ consciousness is next to you. Now, Christ consciousness also appears, since we have the separation card, because you have to forgive a part of yourself that you feel separated from, and you have to forgive others that don't understand you, because you have the tendency to be a bulldozing things that you're doing, which is counterproductive, because it is like somebody hates on you on social media or something like that. Somebody says something and you feel it immediately, and then you throw everything away. You have to forgive people that don't understand, and this reminds me of Jesus when he says, forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. Like, it's not because a person doesn't understand your mediumship, your psychic abilities, or you're writing your book, it means that you have to give up. Again, it reminds me of, like I said, of group number 1, when I was talking about J.K. Rowling. She's been rejected many times before she actually became J.K. Rowling. And rejection is a blessing from God, because it means that your form of art, your writing or channeling ability, spiritual teaching, whatever that is that you're gonna do and meant to do in this lifetime, it's meant to come through in a certain period of time. The phases of Freya, the phases of the moon, is meant to come through to a particular editor that is going to support you. Think about Course in Miracle. It has to come through in a certain way, and it has to come through also towards certain people. Like, the time needs to be right to people to understand the higher frequency that you are channeling. So if you feel separated right now from your purpose, it's only temporary. I know you feel that way, but it's gonna come into fruition through time. And this is exactly who you're meant to be. And you're meant to be very financially abundant with this job, believe it or not. Crazy as it is, people are gonna come. It's just that right now you're entering that phase where people are going to recognize your gift. Before, it was a bit shaky ground, in my opinion. You felt very separated between you and others. Okay, this is what I see for you, group number 2. I hope the reading resonated, and for private reading, the link is in the info box and everywhere in my websites. All right, group number 3, who you're meant to be in this lifetime, what you're meant to do in this lifetime. I'm going to channel a message from my Angel Oracle book that you can find on Amazon and Amazon Kindle, and also my other books. But let's see, what is your message, group number 3? What is your message, group number 3? There is great value in humility. Recognize your talents and strengths, but don't cultivate your ego because of them. Stay humble and you will climb mountains with grace. This is nice. This is nice. I feel that you are incredibly talented at something, which we are going to uncover what it is, but it's almost like through this lifetime, and possibly even through past lifetimes, your ego has prevented you from succeeding, which is not a judgment. I'm nobody to judge. I'm just a messenger. So hear me out for a second. Sometimes the ego, it is loud, but sometimes can be subtle and push you into the wrong direction. Even when you're saying, nobody understands me, therefore I quit, that could be coming from an ego perspective. You can climb mountains with grace. You don't always have to be aggressive, but sometimes you should. Sometimes you have to access your spiritual warrior, but sometimes if your spiritual warrior, or rather your ego, is pushing you to always argue and always destroy what you have built, maybe it is worthwhile doing what you are doing with more grace and coming from a place of humility. You can be the most talented person on this planet and still not have recognition, because unfortunately recognition comes from great timing, luck, preparation, and from that X factor in a way. So don't focus on I should be recognized for this and that, even though I hear you completely, but focus on how can I do this better, what I'm doing better, how can I climb mountains gracefully without being like I'm chasing breath and oxygen. This spirit wants you to know you don't need to chase oxygen, you just have to breathe. And maybe you're gonna breathe a little bit slower than, sorry my English, than other people, but it doesn't matter. It's the way you people perceive you in terms of calm energy and the way you're gonna get to the top that matters. How many people are famous in this world and they're not really loved because they're super arrogant and they just give off like a really bad vibe? I think in this planet, especially in 2020 and also in the spiritual community, humility is undervalued. Like, nobody talks about being humble if you think about it. Everybody talks about you can manifest 1 million, you could be a millionaire, you're great, you can do it. It's all about motivation and pumping the ego, which honestly I don't think is wrong in and of itself. I think people that lack confidence need motivation, and I think everybody is a beautiful soul, but sometimes we need to go back to our soul and we just need to recognize that humility has extreme value. And when we come from a place that is humble, calm, and still, our energy gets perceived in another way, and our talent gets perceived in another way, and we can really shine without necessarily following the voice of our ego that stumbles upon us and say, do it, do it, do it, it has to be now, it has to be in this way. Don't, because it's counterproductive. So this is a tiny advice from angels, not from me. I'm only a messenger. Remember, I just say things, okay? And let's see what is the other message that I can hear for you as a channel material for my group number 3 before I show you the cards where you're meant to be in this lifetime. Oh, nice. I see that you have a spirit animal and a totem animal next to you. This totem animal is the deer, which is amazing. Do you know, I went to Disney, the Disney store the other day, and I bought the Merlin over here. That, like, right now Disney, and I'm not promoting Disney, by the way, I'm not sponsored by Disney, but it's doing like this wisdom limited edition puppets and t-shirts where they're quoting like a Disney cartoon and wisdom quote in it of itself. So basically I bought the Merlin that said knowledge and wisdom are the real power. But I saw another one that you should buy, or you should definitely see and check up. That was Bambi. Do you remember the cartoon Bambi? So beautiful. And the quote of Bambi was, if you cannot say it with kindness, then don't say it at all. And I think this is a wonderful quote for my group number 3. And I'm guilty of that. You know, guys, how fiery I am. I'm Italian, but sometimes it's true. Like, doing it with kindness is always the best way. So what I'm seeing is that the deer is teaching you as a totem animal or spirit animal to be more kind and more humble in order for you to not feel outcasted or outshined, okay? This is the prominent message that are here for you. And maybe winter is not the best time for you. You thrive more during summer period or whenever summer is for you, okay? I want to make this Merlin sit. Okay, let's see group number 3, your cards, okay, where you're meant to be in this lifetime. Nice. So you're meant to be somebody extremely wise, the Temperance card, but in order to arrive to the person that you're meant to be, which I'm going to tell you in a second what you're meant to do, you are in a phase right now of your life where you are balancing out your yin and your yang, your feminine and masculine energy, your aggression and humility, between being fiery, fight for what you believe, but at the same time doing it with kindness. And there is an angel next to you, or even a couple of angels next to you helping you out with this. There is still patience that you are cultivating in this lifetime, and this is what you're meant to do. You're meant to be patient. Why you're not, or you don't have a tendency to be patient, group number 3? Because you are extremely passionate about what you're doing. You just like, you're one of those person that it's like, I'm either all the way in or I'm out. But this is why people like you, like us, by the way, need a little bit more balance, and the Temperance card always shows up. But there is definitely angelic help. What you're meant to be in this lifetime, what you're meant to do, you're meant to be a spiritual teacher. So this reminds me also of group number 2, but this is more of a grounded level. You are actually meant to heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. You could even start doing it online, but you're meant to teach others spiritual knowledge. You're meant to do a workshop. You could be even a yoga yoga teacher. Yoga is part of the spiritual teaching. Religions of any kind, Wicca, witchcraft, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as you do it coming from your higher self, it's always going to be the same thing. It's just going to change the words or the belief system. But at the end of the day, you're going to be a teacher for others. So whatever that is that resonates with you in terms of form or belief system, this is what you're meant to do. And this is also because you're extremely passionate about teaching to others. I'm being very specific over here, so if it doesn't resonate, keep in mind this is a general reading, and you can ask for a private reading or choose another pile. So I'm definitely seeing that it is safe for you to be powerful. You are meant to be a leader in this lifetime, and so own that leadership within you, not coming from an ego perspective, but coming from a humble perspective. And you also have, in fact, talking about angels, Archangel Michael close to you, which Archangel Michael is being pretty much damn present in this reading for everybody. Hello, Archangel Michael, I see you. You have to trust Evan, group number 3. You are safe. It's safe for you to be powerful. And this is something that also this card states. You are safe. You might have a tendency to diminish yourself in your power sometimes, or let other people bringing you down. And you might have a tendency to be anxious or hypochondriac sometimes. Remember, let the universe do his job. You are meant to live a long-lasting life, but you're not meant I'm going to tell you this, just don't be anxious. Everything is going to be fine. You are safe. You have to trust heaven that is leading you to the right path at the right time, and have especially patience and balance, which I know you hate these words and I highly resonate with you, but this is what angels is saying. You are safe. Angels stand close, as we said before. Surrender your concern and allow a miracle to occur. Exactly. You have to surrender the anxiety that you have to do it in a certain way, under a certain belief system. You're not going to do it. It's already pre-planned in your case, because it's such a higher job, career, purpose to become a spiritual teacher and a leader, that they have your back. They know it's not that you don't have a free will. You do have a free will, so you could screw it up if you want, and you can choose to become a ballerina for sure, but then you're always going to teach others. So again, it doesn't matter what job exactly you're going to do, you're always going to function as a spiritual teacher for others. The thing is that heaven wants you to do it in the best way possible. So if you trust heaven and lower your level of anxiety, it's definitely going to come through in a much more pleasant way. Group number 3. Step by step, patience is required for you. You don't have to achieve and become a spiritual teacher in a day like you usually will want to. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it in a week, in a month, and everybody's gonna listen to me. I'm sure you're not that dramatic. I'm just joking. But you don't have to accomplish it in a day, not even a year. You're gonna be like, but what am I gonna do? How am I gonna sustain myself? You are safe. Just chill out. Group number 3. You are fine. You're going to be taken care of. I know it sounds crazy to say, but you're gonna be fine. So do your thing, do what you're passionate about. Slowly, gradually, you're gonna get where you're meant to be. Don't rush things, group number 3. Take it easy, have fun. Remember, life is fun. Don't forget about the fun. And I highly sense an angelic presence next to you. It's kind of bothering, so just space. I'm joking, but definitely Archangel Michael is very close to you, so he's a potent archangel. I will trust him. You are meant to be a spiritual teacher, or a teacher of any kind, okay? This is what I see, group number 3. If you want a private reading, you go to my Etsy shop, and all my private readings are listed in there. Also, Instagram is my platform. Usually, I don't know where I'm gonna post this video. I post it everywhere, and then I only interact with Instagram. So, all right. Group number 3, what you're meant to do in this lifetime, who you're meant to be. Like I said, I'm going to upload this video everywhere, but if you want to contact me directly, keep in mind I'm only active on Instagram. I don't even upload my own videos anymore. Other people do it for me. So if you want a private reading, Etsy shop, Instagram are the right places, okay? So before I do the reading, I want to channel a message from my Angel Oracle book. So let's see who you're meant to be in this lifetime, who you're meant to be, and what you're meant to do in this lifetime. Clearly decide what you want to group number 4 so it can manifest for you. It's time to make a decision. Group number 4, you are not on the right path, or maybe it is time to make a much more bolder decision, So it is time to decide exactly what you want, even writing a list of where you're gonna see yourself in 10 years from now and trying to visualize and envision it. To be honest, what I am strongly hearing for you, group number 4, is time to change your career. Now, obviously, this is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you, but it's like, you know it is time to change, and you know it is time to decide to do what you truly want to do. Because 2020, and honestly, even the future, I will allow people to do that, which is great, and it's one of the reasons why we have incarnated at this particular time, because time is running as fast as it could be, honestly, even the time of the earth in and of itself. And there is much more variety, freedom, and possibility than it has ever been. And if you ever lived a past life and you remember, it wasn't exactly that way. And time, even if you think about the 90s, I know I'm old, was so slow. Oh my God, it was so slow. Now everything can be changed in an instant, which is positive, or it's also negative. But I want to look at the positive side of it. You can change. You are going to be fine. It's all about the power of your mind. You have a potent mind, a potent energy, and you can manifest and attract whatever you want. I explain how to do it precisely in my e-course, Co-Creating Your Own Reality. And I'm not talking about the law of attraction. I am talking about manipulating energy like an alchemist, like they were doing for real in the ancient times. Like everybody talks about the law of attraction, but few people know that the law of attraction is simply a law, like the law of gravity, and simply that's it. But if you can know how energy moves, if you're clairvoyant, you can see it, you can manipulate it. And this is the path that witches have taken for hundreds and thousands of years. Now, for me, witchcraft, it's neither black or white, if we want to talk about witchcraft, but it's in the hand of the beholder. If you have a knife, you can cut bread and feed your children, or you can stab a person. Now, don't go and stab anybody. Obviously, I'm not promoting violence. I will never promote violence. But I'm just saying, magic is in the hand of the beholder. Like beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So it is the way you move energy, and with the intention of why you move energy, that changes your outer reality. And everything gets determined also by your belief system and by your mind, by a higher force, always first and foremost, then goes through the mind, goes through the soul, goes through the body, and that gets projected by the soul. Is always God, prime creator, you, and earth, the illusion. So you have the power to change and do whatever you want, a great power. It seems like you had the Kundalini awakening a long time ago, group number 4, but it is time to use and utilize that energy, not listening to how other people are telling you to do necessarily. You know how to do it, so why don't you start and do it yourself, okay? So let's see where you're meant to be in this lifetime, what you're meant to do, group number 4. The Sun. Nice. The happiest card of the deck. Let me tell you this so what I can channel right away for you, group number 4. You're meant to live in a very sunny tropical place. You're not meant to be in winter. You're meant to shine like a star, or rather like the sun, our greatest star. The star that gives us light, the star that gives us life. That's how much bright you're meant to shine in this lifetime. And you're meant to be happy. You're meant to have your desires and wishes fulfilled in this lifetime, group number 4. And you're meant to do it with your twin flame. Now, watch my video, The Truth About Twin Flames, to understand that twin flames are not always romantically based. They could be your husband or your wife that you're meant to do this work with, or it could be your best friend. It's gonna play out differently for so many of you that I cannot do it in a general reading. So you know who your twin flame is. Don't get obsessed with karmic relationship. Don't get obsessed about a particular person that is not reciprocating your love. This is for people that know who their twin flame is, or they know they want a reciprocate relationship that is a twin flame relationship. So now that we did this disclaimer, you are meant to do this with your twin flame, which is amazing. You're not meant to live your life purpose alone, and you're meant to have either a beautiful relationship with this person, whether it's going to be romantic or it's going to be friend, but you're definitely going to always be tied up with this individual to do the work. Think about the person that has channeled A Course in Miracle, Ellen. Her twin flame was the person, the doctor, her friend that helped her out channeling the material. But that guy was gay, and even if she was in love with him at some point, they couldn't be together because that would have affected the work. Now, obviously, this doesn't have to be your story. That's Ellen's story. Like, we have multiple other examples of twin flames that are together and they're doing the work together. I am just saying you are meant to be in this lifetime linked very closely to your twin flame, group number 4. And possibly it's going to be a romantic relationship. So now that I did the disclaimer, let me say it. True love. When a bond of love is established, it echoes through eternity. You have done this work over and over and over again. In the spirit world, you have started it, and it's going to be propelled also on planet Earth, and possibly you also have met in past life. This is the true love card. You are meant to be with your twin flame. And no, this is not a love reading, but I'm just saying true love will be the standing point from where you will start your life purpose. You could be somebody that shares love, has a life purpose, believe it or not. We also have Lady Portia. There is a lot of violet going on, and Saint Germain is the twin flame of Lady Portia. And funny enough, Saint Germain is the beholder of the violet flame, which everybody knows is linked to twin flames. So you must wear an amethyst stone, and you are a soul that comes from the purple ray. The purple ray is a particular... Okay, I'm going to explain how it is. So basically, we have auras, okay, here on Earth that has nothing to do with the color of our soul. And in the spirit world, our soul have colors that are, basically we are light. So think about a light. Light is like a prism of light, think, and you spin it around and it creates the colors of the rainbow. Think about the experiment that Newton did back in the days. So that's how exactly the soul is. His vibration and his movement creates a certain sound, a certain, therefore, vibration, and a certain color according to their state of awareness, pretty much. And there are some souls that hold the purple ray. The purple color is a high color because it's associated with the crown chakra, from the third eye to the crown chakra. But in the spirit world, purple is associated with the teachers, and it's associated with spirit guides. It's associated with ascended masters. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that you are an ascended master. I am saying that you hold a very high frequency to you and your twin flame, and that's why you're gonna get united in this lifetime, and everything is under divine order at this moment, and you are meant to share work that is very important as a humanitarian activity. I need to breathe. Group number 4. Okay. Do what you feel is right. Group number 4. Don't get corrupted. This is a message that I'm hearing for you. An important lesson is unfolding. You might have been with a lot of karmic relationship. So check out who you're dating, because these are all lessons in order for you to achieve your mission. But what you're meant to do, you have 2 cards. Okay. So let's talk about this one first. You are meant to change your career first. So we already talked about this. You are embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance that you desire and deserve. So finally, hey, it's coming through. You're finally going away to that horrible job that you're doing, whatever job it is. I feel that the universe is providing a bit of solution for you, group number 4, to make you change career. And guess what? You are meant to travel with your twin flame. You're meant to do conferences maybe, or you're meant to open your own YouTube channel and be an independent entrepreneur. In whatever field you want, both of you are going to do it. You are the type of people that are going to have wings. The universe is providing them with wings. You're gonna fly with airplane in different places, talk to different people, vlogging maybe, and you're going to work with the computer through online things, Instagram maybe, YouTube maybe, whatever it is, a new platform that doesn't even exist right now. Guys, if I could only show you group number 4, there is an airplane in front of me right now, and it wasn't there. You guys, I swear I'm so excited. If I could only just show you, there is an airplane. This is a sign. This is a sign, group number 4. Amazing, I love it. Take me with you. So this is what you're meant to do. It sounds awesome in my opinion. And then, of course, we have the crown chakra. Group number 4, pay attention to your ideas, to the sign, and as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. Keep channeling that high vibration, group number 4. I cannot pinpoint exactly what career is gonna be, but it sounds entrepreneurship, it sounds independent through social media, through even a platform that doesn't even exist right now, and it sounds like you're gonna travel a lot and discover new places and new world with your true love. You won, okay? This is what I see, group number 4 for you. For private reading, you can check out my website. The link is everywhere in my info box, biography, so on and so forth. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being with me here today again. And keep in mind, you're never wrong if you follow love. Bye.